Hey guys, what's up? It's jjaaxxthelegend here, and today I'm here with another Minecraft Redstone tutorial. And today I'm doing a Minecraft iron farm tutorial. This is the first iron farm tutorial that I've ever done, and the first iron farm that I've ever designed. So make sure to stay tuned for this super simple and super effective iron farm. Of course, there are larger, more complex, and slightly more efficient iron farms out there, but I wanted to create an iron farm that was super simple to build, that anyone could build. As well as that, it supplied enough iron for most people. As you can see, for a few hours of AFKing, it has done one double chest and two double chests up here. So 2 double chests of iron. That is a lot of iron. When you convert that into iron blocks, it'll still be probably about like 9 stacks of iron or so. Okay, so let's get on with a material list. For this build, you're going to need the materials that will appear on screen. Now, on screen, when I say we need villagers, it means you need to have access to a village or a village breeder, because you are going to need a total of 16 villagers for this build. That's 4 villagers per capsule. Let's start by grabbing out our chests, and you can place these chests in any orientation you want. You can place 2 next to each other going back like that, or then just regular double chests like this. You can make this however tall or however low you want it. I suggest adding in maybe 5 or 6 chests just so you have a good amount of storage. I'm going to add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you want to grab some hoppers, and you can fill in the hoppers right at the back just like this. Going all the way up, going straight into these chests. And then 1 at the top. And at the top there, you want to create a 3x3 area out of hoppers. So no matter which hopper you drop your item into, it'll always go into those chests. Now we want to grab out some glass, and you can make this glass column over there that we're doing, however tall or however short that you like it. But you don't want to make it too short because it needs to be at least, say, 5 blocks tall. But we're going to make ours, because we want it to look nice, we're going to make ours, say, 7. I think 7 is always a good number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or if you prefer like even numbers, some people just do it like that, you can go 10. But let's go with 7 in this tutorial. Now you don't have to worry about adding in the corners. You can just do the sides like this. So you don't have to worry about those corners, but you can of course put them in if you would like to. And this doesn't have to be made out of glass. This can be made out of any block that you like. Okay, so now with any block, iron golems can spawn on. So that's any sort of solid block. Glass doesn't count because they can't spawn on glass. Add a rim of those blocks around the top. I'm going to use stone. Then come another 2 out from the middle of each one of these and create a square by connecting up the corners like this. They come out 2 more, connect up the corners. That means fill this in. Oop, that was too far. If we fill this all in, we will have, need to fill it all in. We will have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 9 square, which is perfect for our water distance. Now you want to grab out some signs and place some signs right in the middle there. Place 1 right there. Come up 1 by holding shift and placing it on it, and then placing signs going right around the edge like this. Just so the water can't actually flow into that hole. Like that. Now, grab any sort of wall or fence. It has to be a wall or a fence. Come 1 diagonally up and out from this here and place a sort of a rim around this this farm. Like that. And then in each corner, place a bucket of water. You can see if you've placed the signs correctly, the water doesn't actually flow into the center. Oop, I didn't place that in the corner. Make sure it's exactly in the corner. Like that. You can see it's all flowing into the middle, but doesn't stop there. So what will happen, iron golem gets pushed here and falls down and dies. Now, if you want to, this isn't necessary, but if you do get a few bugs of iron golem spawning here and then just glitching here and just staying on the edge, what you need to do is replace these blocks here on the edge, these blocks here right on the edge, with chests. Any sort of chest, trap chest, regular chest, any sort, but you just have to do that because it's slightly lower and it will cause the iron golem to fall into the hole. But that's not necessary unless you get those bugs a few times. Let's start working on the villager chambers. I'm going to show you how to build one of them, and then you guys can go ahead and build the rest. We're not going to actually be putting the villagers or the zombies in them yet. We're just going to be building them. So we want to start by coming roughly to the middle here, and then coming out 2 to one side and 1 to the other. Just like that. Oh no, 2 to one side and then 3 to the other. My apologies. So we have a total length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start in the middle, 2 to one side and 3 to the other. So we have a 6 long piece. So it is slightly off center there. Sorry for all those people that love everything centered. Then come another 8 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a 6 by 8 rectangle. No, 6 by 9 rectangle. Like this. Now you can make this out of glass. This can be made out of any block, but I definitely suggest making it out of glass so the iron golems can't spawn on it. And otherwise, if you don't make it out of glass, you have to put a bunch of slabs in spots where iron golems might be able to spawn. Then come to this first layer here, break that glass, and then replace it with some sort of work block. I like to use looms, but of course you guys can use, say, a composter. But remember, if you're using a composter, just a reminder, if you're using a composter, you don't want villagers to be able to fall into them. That's the only problem with using a composter, so you might have to do a bit of relocating of that work block. So I suggest using like a loom, or any other sort of thing, like a smithing table would work as well. But remember, those 4 blocks there, you just want to break them and place the looms in that. Then grab out a red bed or any sort of bed and place 4 of those. Leave a gap, then place a few pieces of glass, 4 pieces of glass again, and then leave a 2 block gap and place another 4 pieces of glass. What's going to happen? Villagers are going to be on this side of the glass and zombies here. Now you can add a 2 high wall right around that. Like this. Don't go in the middle though, because in the middle we're going to have a movable wall. And I'll explain to you why later when we add that in. 2 high wall just like that. Now you want to repeat this on all other sides. Okay, so I'm onto my last side, so I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see it is looking pretty good. It's looking very close to like that. Now, we're going to put all these zombies in and villagers in towards the end of our farm once we've got the redstoning working, because otherwise we can maybe accidentally let the villager or zombie out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's a big issue. So we're going to be adding our villagers and our zombies in later. Now, I definitely suggest preparing, say, your 16 villagers and your 4 zombies before you're putting them in, because otherwise you can be a bit rushed. Although it doesn't really matter what time it takes, but ideally you'd like to get them all in at the same time, because then they have very similar cycles. Okay, and I just need to place in the looms here, bed, and then my glass. Okay, so now we need to get on to the next part, which is going to be this piece of redstone here. Okay, this redstone here, what it does is it's a hopper clock. So after a certain amount of time, it switches it from the redstone block being here to there, which then deactivates the redstone dust. And oh my goodness, that was perfect timing. So coming down to the center of your hopper, build up with dirt blocks all the way to level with this platform. Then build up another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Break all of the blocks except for the top one. Then coming up to the top block, place a redstone block. Place a piston to the side of it facing, to the right side of it facing towards it. And then a piston to the left side, 2 blocks away, facing towards it, like that. 1 block gap between them. Now that you've done that, you want to come directly under it and place a hopper, like that. Underneath the block, place a hopper going into that hopper on the left side, and then break that hopper and place it so they're going into each other like this. It's kind of hard to explain. So that hopper's going into that hopper, and that hopper's going into that hopper. And one of the hoppers is always going to be under the redstone block, no matter which side it is on. Now that you've got that, grab some building blocks. These will be able to be seen, so use something a little bit pretty, like maybe some orange concrete. Come one diagonally down on each side, place a comparator coming out of the hoppers, and going into a block with a piece of redstone dust on top of it. Make sure this redstone dust is on cross mode and not on dot mode if you're in 1.16. Just like that. Now what you can do is place a stack of redstone in either one of these hoppers, and you can see it'll trigger it. That means when the redstone's all over to one side, as you can see it's slowly getting over to this side, the block will change over. It'll go vzoop, vzoop with the piston noises. Those were my best piston impressions ever. Okay, so now come over to each one of your capsules and place 4 temporary blocks on top of this glass line here. 1, 2, 3, 4 going up. Break the first 3. Then come right across so it covers all of these glass blocks and place a piston facing down like that. Then keep those blocks there. Like that, and then place any sort of block on that piston. Now, it can't be a translucent block, so you can use like fully like concrete, dirt, anything like that. I'll just use some concrete. Now do that on all sides. So again, come up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Break the first 3, come across, so it covers up this whole line here. Pistons, then blocks. Do that on all sides. Just like that. So now we need to get power to each one of these pistons. So what we want to do is come out of this this hopper right here, place a block directly next to that hopper, then bring it all the way over to this piece of this piston here. Do that on both sides. Coming out of the same side like that. Coming out, so it's like a line straight through it. Now, come over to the left and right side, like this, of each one. It doesn't matter where you come from, just like that. So it all will link up to at least one of these. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you can clearly place redstone to link them all up. Now place redstone on every little bit of block here. You can see the redstone is sort of dying out, but we will add in some repeaters where needed. Okay, so to work out where you need to add repeaters, grab your repeaters out and count 15 blocks from the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now that should work. Oh no, that does work because it's 15, but on the 16th one you need to stop it. And as you can see, it reaches to almost all of them except for this very last one where we need to add a repeater, say there. But now that's the working system done. Now it's time to add on our villagers. And just our villagers, not our zombies yet. To add your villagers in, I'm going to spawn them in, but you guys can use a minecart and rail and bring them up. There are multiple ways you can do it, and some of them are really simple. You can put your villager into a minecart, you can push it in, you can punch it in, just make sure not to kill your villager. You just want to place them just along there, so they can move around, like that, and they will eventually get their work block. Right now they haven't for some reason, but they will eventually get it, as you can see. And there we go, all of them have their work block. Now do that on all sides. So you want 4 in slot in each one. 4, just like that. Now with some slabs, this is a tricky bit because you need to get all of your villagers down one side. Punch your villagers down like this, and place your slabs in across the top like that. One slab like that. Now you can do it like that, and then like that. Now you might say, Jax, but the villagers are stuck there, they might need to move around. Well yes, when they sleep, they can be put onto that side and vice versa, and they can still move around and etc. You can still move around and talk, but we need to get this villager down onto that side so you can push him, punch him, whatever. But punching a villager will rarely ever actually kill the villager. See, we can place these right on top of the villager like this. These next slabs will go one slab up. Now placing these so the iron golem can't actually spawn in. Oh my goodness, this is annoying. So the iron golem can't actually spawn in this area, which is very likely would happen if we didn't have this roof, and that would mess up our entire farm. Just like that. Now, then we have the issue of this being a solid block, as you can see, the top half slab, so iron golems can spawn on that. So we're going to place another layer of slabs on top of that. Just to recap on what we just did, place a bottom half slab here, place a top half slab here, one diagonally up for 3 blocks so it touches the pistons, then place another bottom half slab on top of that, so it should look like this. Do that on all sides. Now, I'm going to come over here and do that again. As you can see, all these villagers are lined up pretty well, so I can do that with ease. Thank you, villagers. So remember, come up one diagonally with a slab, and then place more slabs on top of that. Now, you don't have to do that on the zombie side just yet. As you can see, we're getting close to finishing our villagers, and then we need to add in the zombies and actually the lava pit down there. These guys are all over the place. So now we need to put the lava pit in so the iron golems can die. So what we want to do, that sounded really sad, break a hopper just so we can get out and in of this really quickly. We want to place signs at eye level height like this. Then while holding shift, place some more signs and some more signs until you have enough to cover up this little area like that. So 9 signs in total. Then you want to grab 1 bucket of lava. There's a way to do this in survival. This is kind of dangerous, so I suggest maybe not having your stuff on you at the moment. Jump up and press shift and quickly try and click on the sign like that, and you can see sometimes you do get trapped in the lava. And then hop down here and then place your hopper back in. And you only need 1 bucket of lava. So now it's time to add in the zombies. Now these zombies have to be named. You can name them whatever you like. You can name them totally not a zombie, iron golem bait, anything you like. So you want to add those zombies in. So I'm just going to spawn them in. I'm going to name mine iron golem bait or something. But remember, when bringing them into your hut, remember to have a roof on it. This roof can be at this level here of the main roof like that. So one diagonally up. So iron golems can't spawn on it. Then you just want to spawn them in here. You only need one per chamber. Then you want to name them something with a name tag. So I'm just going to grab out an anvil. Again, you can name them whatever you like, but they have to be named. So let's name it iron golem bait. That should be capital B, bait. Then we're just going to break this, click on it, and then you can see it's now called iron golem bait. Now we're going to do this on everything. So now remember, one diagonally up, place a slab. Spawn in a zombie or bring your zombie in, name iron golem bait or whatever, and then fill it up the rest of the slabs. Just do this on each side. Now, once I've done this, I'll explain to you how this farm works. Because once you've done this, your farm is basically complete. But for those who really want to understand how this farm works, so if there is a problem, you can try and debug it yourself, then stick around for that. Okay, that's all done. So, basically, this farm works by scaring the villagers, so petrifying them. Then when they gossip and then get scared again, iron golems will spawn. So they need to have enough time for them to gossip, and you can see they are chatting to each other. And if you have a look at these the villager mumbles, that shows that they are gossiping. So after a little while, the iron golems will spawn. Now remember, this iron golem farm will not work if you've got game rule do daylight cycle turned off. That means there's no daylight cycle, so it doesn't go from day to night. You need to have multiple days for this farm to work. Same with any other iron farm. You can see, boom, an iron golem has just spawned and will fall and die. So perfect. This hopper clock then pushes down and opens up these blocks to scare and not scare the villagers. So as soon as those blocks get pushed down, the zombie isn't interested in the villagers anymore. So the villagers don't get petrified of this zombie because the blocks are in the zombie's way. As you can see, the villagers are now pretty chill. As well as that, you might be wondering why we have this big chamber with walls all around it. Well, that is because if we use anything other than walls or fences, we may have glitch problems. So that means that any iron farm that uses blocks around the spawning area of the iron golems could have potential glitches and stop the iron golems from spawning. So now you have a fully working iron farm that will get you loads of iron. That's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and remember to subscribe if you're new. And of course, I'll see you guys later. And remember, stay carbonated.